Family of man who died in a car accident insults him in obituary. As much as we like to think of our final days here on Earth as many years away, death can swoop in at any moment with its scythe and cut everything short in the blink of an eye. This is exactly what happened to Colleen Lynch's son. But she didn't send him to the great beyond with kind words to honor his memory. Rather, she issued a stern warning she felt everyone needed to hear. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Colleen Lynch never imagined a moment where she'd have to write her own son's obituary. It's every parent's nightmare to lose a child, and she was shattered when her 25-year-old son, Cody, passed away. Cody was one of those kids who was loved by everyone he met, and from an early age he dreamed of a career in law enforcement. When it came time for college, he attended Paul Smith's College in New York to achieve his dream. After graduating, Cody took the steps necessary to become a corrections officer. Once he achieved his goal, he moved away upstate New York, practically on the Canadian border, to find work. It was a small town called Ogdensburg, and it was the perfect place for a guy like Cody. He was used to an environment where everyone knew each other, and that was exactly what Ogdensburg offered. He went upstate with his girlfriend Alexis Sawyer. She was madly in love with the man that people claimed loved his middle finger and showing his butt to the world. Marriage was certainly in their future. Law enforcement was far from Cody's only interest. Anyone who spent even brief time with him knew he was a full-fledged lover of trucks, motorcycles, guns, and he frequently went on hunting and fishing ventures. And if that wasn't American enough, he also loved steak, chew, and beer, but not in that order. He was the kind of guy who got his hands dirty often, and his enthusiasm for life was contagious. Cody also had a couple younger brothers who looked up to him. They saw their older sibling work hard and achieve his dream job, and they wanted to follow suit. Unfortunately, Cody's career never fully blossomed. It was no secret that Cody loved to party. According to those in his close circle of friends, Cody played hard and lived life like he wanted. On the night of August 8, 2020, Cody played a little too hard for his own good. Although Cody's mother never actually confirmed exactly where her son was before his fatal accident, it's easy to assume he was raging hard at a local party. Most weekends where there was booze, there was Cody. After kicking back a little too much of the sauce, Cody drove home by himself, a huge mistake. On top of his inebriation, he also failed to buckle his seatbelt, and shortly after he paid the ultimate price. He crashed his vehicle and was pronounced dead at the scene. This was something no one saw coming. Sure, Cody liked to indulge in a wild get-together, but people always assumed he'd get home safely. The events that unfolded that Sunday evening left a void in so many people's lives, and less than a week later, everyone confronted the cold reality at the Frary Funeral Home in Ogdensburg. But Colleen had something else planned. Although she wasn't a member of the group Mothers Against Drunk Driving, she felt the need to get the urgent word out to the community about drunk driving dangers, and she would do it all through Cody's obituary. She included some kind words about Cody. Was a tough guy with a big heart. Friend to most, hater to some. Cody loved his family, both biological and those he selected to be his family. But that's not all she wrote. Of course, the obituary she wrote for her son was partly a celebration of life, but she also gave a blunt honesty about his irresponsibility. She added a couple sentences that caught everyone's attention. Cody's death notice read, "Cody James left us on August 8, 2020 as a result of injuries sustained from being a dumbass. He drank, drove, and didn't wear his seatbelt. Don't be a dumbass." That summed up Colleen's feelings perfectly. It was a completely foolish thing for Cody to do, not only to get behind the wheel after drinking, but to also refrain from buckling in. But his aunt had some choice words too. She wrote, "Don't drink and drive. Call someone. It takes a village. Share this horrible example with your teenagers and young adults especially. If this changes even just one life, it's worth it," she advised. Still, it doesn't change what happened to her nephew. Please share this with your friends and family.